We had boy-girl twins that are 4.5. West is our boy, and Elise is our daughter. And of course we have, we still call him Baby Hoyte, but he's 2.5.
Our house is very loud and very joyful, and Hoyte's our happiest kid, so he's our little happy giggling caboose.
Bye-bye! It is at times very chaotic, but we love it.
He was born and came about 2 months early.
Tell him happy birthday! Oh.
We didn't realize anything else was wrong with him at the time.
Within about an hour of his birth, I was told of the EATEF, the esophageal atresia, tracheoesophageal fistula.
And so what it means is that they tried to feed him, and his esophagus actually, the esophagus is what goes to the stomach and the trachea is what goes to the lungs. They tried to feed him, and the feeding tube curled up in his throat, which meant that his esophagus was stunted, ran into his trachea is what happened. My whole body I just became kind of uncontrollably anxious. He was just so tiny, and he was just at 4 pounds, and have them take him is excruciating for a mom.
It's the scariest, saddest moment of my life. Hoyte was born Wednesday, June 23rd, and then his surgery was scheduled for 11 a.m. that Friday.
The surgery has to then undo the esophagus from the trachea and pull it down to the stomach and reconnect it. We were so grateful that at Children's Healthcare we had the doctors and the nurses and the practitioners that were attentive to all these people. There were so many moving parts, and we needed to know that there was somebody on that team watching every moving part, because we had no idea what was going on, and so you just have to trust.
And if we weren't as close to Children's as we were, he probably would not have made it.
This is your baby brother. This is Hoyte right here.
You have to leave with CPR training, and so I did, thank goodness, because he would have blue spells a lot, which meaning when he would eat, the food would get trapped in his trachea. It was just real floppy. Ours is formed kind of like cartilage, and so his would stick together really easily.
Okay.
For me, the worst part was when everything kind of came to a climax. We couldn't get his airway open, and we lost him for a little while, and he went gray and lifeless and was gone. Several minutes went by, and I was doing CPR on him. Within about 4 minutes, his eyes slowly opened, and I was blowing as hard as I could into his teeny little mouth and pushing on his chest. In a moment, he opened his eyes after about 4 minutes and took a little shallow breath.
I'm glad you're here. Don't do that again, okay?
Luckily, I had the training and had some practice at that. That was the worst night, I think, of my entire life.
It kind of makes me little little sad.
He basically has to work on gravity, and there's a lot of special tricks that we've learned in feeding him. There's a lot of timing involved and a lot of helping him choke down the food and make sure he's breathing.
I drop a golden man, I drop a golden sun.
That's one of the things I'll remember the most, is just the patience in nurturing you and helping you gain knowledge each day, or really each hour, of what exactly is going on with your child.
Hoyte, look at mommy. Hoyte.
Luckily, I think we're through the most critical period. As he's gotten stronger and his coughing mechanism's gotten stronger, and his body has just developed and has been able to fight infection better. Those little babies come out as fighters, you know, and it's a wonderful thing because their spirits become so resilient.
Thank you.
He's an inspiration. He's incredible 2.5-year-old inspiration for all of us.
We are extremely fortunate that we can get in our car and within a matter of minutes be at Children's Healthcare. I do believe that Hoyte is here because of prayer and because of his fighting spirit, but I also believe that Hoyte is here because Children's is here.